In a whirlwind of disbelief and electrifying chaos, new footage capturing Floyd Mayweather being attacked in a bustling courtroom has left the world spellbound. The video features shocking moments that reveal unanticipated aggression, sending ripples through the global media scene. With a legacy built on unbeatable prowess, Mayweather finds himself immersed in a surreal spectacle that defies the glory of his past. Every frame pulsates with raw intensity, blending the drama of a legal battle with unforeseen physical confrontations and offering a narrative as unpredictable as it is riveting. This dramatic display challenges perceptions and ignites curiosity among fans worldwide. The shocking events that unfolded inside the courthouse have left everyone stunned, as the viral footage captured an incident that no one could have foreseen. In a scene that seemed more like a script from a high-octane thriller than a real-life courtroom, the former boxing champion was suddenly besieged by an unidentified assailant. Amid the heavy proceedings, the chaos that ensued not only jolted the gathered spectators, but quickly set the internet ablaze with fervent discussions and widespread conjecture. As the cameras rolled, every visceral moment was recorded in stark detail, creating an indelible record of the confrontation that would soon morph into a media frenzy. Public sentiment and expert analysis converged on the notion that this was more than a random act of aggression. It was the culmination of long-simmering tensions, a confluence of past controversies and present uncertainties that now threaten to shatter the carefully curated image of an icon. In the wake of the incident, law enforcement and digital forensics experts have mobilized with unprecedented speed. Federal investigators, diving deep into the labyrinth of digital footprints left behind, uncovered an astonishing trove of encrypted files on Mayweather's personal phone. These files, guarded by advanced technology and filled with cryptic messages, have been linked to covert operations in a shadowy underground culture. Labels such as freak-offs have been attached to mysterious events that seem to point towards secretive gatherings. And
Dwayne Wade training his son, you don't see Dwayne Wade playing against just anybody. He's not doing it. You haven't earned that privilege. It's a privilege to be in the company of greatness, in their venue, in their habitat, in their specialized, home, per se. Floyd Money Mayweather should not be letting just anybody in the ring with him. That's my
clandestine financial maneuvers. Although the full contents of these files remain locked behind layers of complex encryption, authorities are confident that their eventual decryption could reveal a tapestry of hidden communications, coded correspondences, and voice memos that offer rare insight into dealings far removed from the glitz of the public eye. Alongside the startling digital revelations, the financial aspect of Mayweather's tumultuous situation has been thrust into the spotlight. For years, the legendary boxer was celebrated not only for his exploits inside the ring, but also for his seemingly unassailable financial empire. Now, however, the narrative has shifted dramatically. Reports indicate that his fortune, once viewed as impregnable, is now under severe scrutiny by federal agencies. Rumors of bankruptcy and sweeping asset seizures have permeated the media, as insiders allege that years of questionable financial practices and unverified claims have set the stage for a spectacular downfall. Official court filings have hinted at complex fiscal maneuvers and dubious financial transactions that may have been designed to mask underlying vulnerabilities. Such revelations cast a long shadow over his prior claims of acquiring multi-billion-dollar real estate and high-value assets, suggesting that some of the extravagant statements might have been more about crafting an alluring public persona than reflecting concrete realities. Amid these swirling controversies, the former champion's personal reflections have emerged as a poignant counterpoint to the sensational headlines. In a series of rare, heartfelt comments, Mayweather himself has opened up about the overwhelming challenges he now faces. During an unguarded moment captured on camera, he was heard saying, "I never imagined I would see a day when my life would take such an unexpected turn. I have always pursued my dreams with relentless passion, and now I stand here determined to overcome every obstacle. I want the world to know that behind every victory and every claim, there is a man with real emotions, complexities, and the desire to set the record straight." These words, marked by sincerity and vulnerability.
When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see just anybody on the basketball court playing against LeBron James. He won't do it. He doesn't have to. It's a waste of his time. You might see footages of Dwayne
have resonated deeply with both fans and critics, framing his present struggles as not just a fall from grace, but also a profound personal reckoning. His tone, blending defiance with introspection, has transformed this saga into a narrative of human frailty, intertwined with an unyielding determination to reclaim a tarnished legacy. Inextricably linked to these dramatic developments are revelations of secret connections that add further layers to the unfolding drama. Among the most discussed are the reported digital exchanges between Mayweather and a renowned figure in the entertainment industry. Over several encrypted messages, the two have allegedly arranged discreet meetings and coordinated plans for exclusive events. Although neither party has confirmed the full extent of their correspondence, the mere suggestion of such a relationship has set tongues wagging within insider circles. Speculation abounds that these interactions were part of a broader strategy to rebrand and reinvent their public images, straddling the worlds of high finance, elite entertainment, and avant-garde ventures. When questioned about these reports, Mayweather commented simply, "Every project I undertake is aimed at inspiring success and elevating the spirit of innovation. Stand behind my choices and believe that every step I take is part of a larger journey toward progress." His measured words have served to both quell some of the most aggressive speculation and open a window into a facet of his life that few have witnessed before. Adding to the intrigue is the widely circulated debate over his alleged real estate acquisitions, which for a long time had been a cornerstone of his public image. For years, the former champion boasted about the acquisition of numerous high-value buildings, speaking of them as symbols of his financial might and strategic acumen. However, recent investigative reports have called these claims into question, suggesting that the evidence for such transactions is scant or non-existent. The emerging narrative posits that the grandiose statements about building a real estate empire were perhaps designed more to project an image of opulence than to report factually verified deals. Yet in the midst of these challenges, Mayweather
got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this.
Mayweather has maintained a stance of dignified determination. "I have always spoken with conviction about my vision and the steps I have taken to realize it," he remarked in a candid reflection. "Misinterpretations can occur, but I remain dedicated to ensuring that the truth, no matter how complex, ultimately comes to light." His words, full of resolve and measured optimism, have become a rallying cry for those who believe in his capacity for redemption. Behind the public controversies and the sensational court scene lies an equally compelling story of digital intrigue, one that is at the heart of modern investigative techniques in cyber forensics. The encrypted files discovered on Mayweather's phone have sparked intense interest among experts in technology, who view them as emblematic of the digital age's dual-edged sword. On one hand, such cutting-edge encryption is a vital tool for protecting sensitive information. On the other, it complicates efforts to obtain clarity in cases where public interest is paramount. Cyber analysts have been working around the clock, deploying sophisticated decryption methods and harnessing the latest in algorithmic technology to unravel the contents of these digital vaults. Every new discovery in this domain adds to the growing sense of urgency and anticipation among both investigators and the public, who are eager to see the full scope of the hidden communications that many believe could redefine the ongoing narrative. The broader cultural implications of this saga have not gone unnoticed. As the details of Mayweather's plight continue to emerge, media commentators and cultural critics alike have begun to frame the story as more than just the collapse of a sporting titan. Instead, it is increasingly seen as a reflection of the challenges inherent in a modern society obsessed with digital innovation, celebrity allure, and the relentless pursuit of public validation. In this context, the spectacle of the courtroom attack and the simultaneous digital inquisition serve as a microcosm of the times, where every aspect of life, from personal security to financial management, is subject to the unyielding gaze of both technology and social.
Floyd Money Mayweather retired from boxing 50-0. That individual that he was fighting right there is the grandson of the late infamous mobster John Gotti. I am not aware of John Gotti III having any real kind of boxing background. I did not see the fight, although I heard he lost every round and Floyd Money Mayweather was...
Media, intellectuals in think tanks and universities are engaging in passionate debates about the ethical ramifications of such events, questioning how much of our private lives should be exposed to the relentless scrutiny of an ever-connected digital world. Through this lens, the story of Floyd Mayweather is being recast as a broader dialogue about transparency, accountability, and the unforeseen pressures of living in a hyper-documented age. As the investigation deepens, the courtroom remains a stage for both legal contestation and personal catharsis. Witnesses have come forward to recount the moments of heightened tension with vivid detail, their testimonies adding layers of nuance to the unfolding events. Descriptions of the altercation vary, with many emphasizing that the violent episode was as much a result of pent-up frustration as it was of external provocation. In hushed tones, some legal insiders have remarked on the palpable intensity that pervaded the room, a rare convergence of raw emotion and high drama that has few parallels in recent memory. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation, every participant in the proceeding seemingly aware that this was a defining moment, not just for the individual at its center, but for the justice system itself. Although the precise triggers for the attack remain a matter of ongoing debate, the incident has unequivocally opened a new chapter in a story already laden with secrets and surprises. This chapter of revelations is, in many ways, a testament to the fragile boundaries between personal triumph and dramatic downfall. For decades, Floyd Mayweather symbolized an era of unassailable success, his every move meticulously orchestrated to inspire awe and admiration. Yet the relentless pace of modern life, coupled with the ceaseless demands of a digital age, has brought with it a host of challenges that no amount of past glory can entirely shield against. The very tools that once helped him craft an untouchable image, strategic communications, media savvy, and calculated public appearances, now serve as the evidence of a much more complicated reality. Every encrypted file, every decoded message.
You didn't know how good I was and how I would handle the situation, so they just threw me out there.
Why do you think he did that?
He was hurt. I mean, not even hurt, he was just dead. First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. How the fuck would you say Terrence Crawford should fight? Benavidez. That don't make no fucking sense.
That's crazy.
You don't never want to see nobody do better than him.
Right. You was next in line. He saw you next in line.
Is there like a...
That last question, guys, got to wrap up.
Is there like a love-hate for Floyd though? Like, you love the fighter? And
yeah, I love the fighter. I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest, but he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad.
Oh, you're good, man.
And he, I don't want to say like...
Every voice memo serves as a reminder that public personas are often elaborate constructs that mask a deeper, more vulnerable human story. In this unfolding narrative, the fallibility of a legend is laid bare, inviting reflections on the true cost of maintaining an image in an era where every secret is but a keystroke away from exposure. At the heart of this drama lies also the question of redemption and resilience. Amid fierce scrutiny and the barrage of sensational headlines, there remains a powerful undercurrent of hope that the truth, no matter how deeply hidden, will eventually prevail. For many fans, the ongoing saga is not simply about legal missteps or financial misadventures. It is a reflection of the enduring human spirit, one that is capable of both extraordinary triumph and profound transformation. The voice notes and personal reflections that have surfaced provide a rare window into the inner life of a man who has long been portrayed as invincible. In moments of candid vulnerability, Mayweather has alluded to past mistakes and the heavy weight of expectation, expressing an earnest desire to learn and grow from his experiences. Every setback offers a chance to rebuild, he remarked in one of his emotional asides. While the journey ahead may be fraught with challenges, I remain committed to showing the world that my spirit is unbreakable and that every obstacle can be overcome. Such declarations have resonated deeply with a public that has witnessed not just the fallibility of their hero, but also the stirring potential for renewal. The digital revelations are now fast becoming the focal point of broader discussions on the role of technology in modern investigations. Digital forensic experts explain that, unlike traditional forms of evidence, encrypted data represents an evolving frontier where every keystroke and every digitally stored secret can be the key to unearthing long-concealed truths. The sophistication of the encryption methods used suggests that those behind these files were well aware of the risks of exposure and took extensive measures to protect their communications. This, in turn, has led investigators to adopt a new level of scrutiny, one that blends
I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to bring up but it was somehow that they were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd, and Floyd bugged out.
Okay.
So that's what made it like.
And you think that was a downfall of y'all career? I mean, y'all
No, it was a
relationship,
downfall.
not career.
Yeah,
relationship.
it wasn't a downfall of my career. I mean, my our relationship, because it was more things that he was doing. Like
He scheduled a fight, I think, during like your fight or something. I don't think they did it, but
stuff like that.
promoting.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But just little stuff that people wouldn't like catch unless like you see how like you quote a lot.
additional detective work with the latest technological innovations. As authorities work to unlock these mysteries, the public is left to ponder the fascinating reality that even the most carefully guarded secrets can eventually be brought to light in the digital age. Inside the high-stakes world of entertainment and finance, the revelations surrounding Mayweather's supposed ties with influential figures carry enormous weight. Rumors have swirled about discreet meetings, private discussions over lavish dinners, and the coordinated planning of exclusive events, all of which were apparently conducted through a labyrinth of encrypted digital communications. Although the precise details remain shrouded in ambiguity, the existence of such communications has sparked widespread discussion about the complexities of managing a multifaceted public image. These secretive exchanges suggest that there might have been a deliberate effort to blur the lines between personal, branding, and business strategy, a calculated move designed to project an image of unstoppable ambition and dynamic reinvention. When pressed about these matters, Mayweather offered a measured response, stating, "Every alliance I form and every venture I explore is guided by a passion for excellence and an unwavering commitment to pushing the boundaries of success." His words, though deliberately guarded, have become a centerpiece of the ongoing debate about the intersection of business acumen and personal authenticity. Parallel to the courtroom drama and digital decryption efforts, there is also an emerging dialogue about the broader societal implications of this high-profile case. As the public grapples with the revelations, social media platforms have transformed into hotbeds of debate and reflection. Personal opinions, scholarly analyses, and impassioned testimonials fill the digital ether, contributing to a collective narrative that examines the cost of fame and the price of keeping secrets in an increasingly transparent world. Many see this saga as a mirror reflecting the broader issues of accountability, responsibility, and the inherent tension between public celebration and private struggle. In an environment
And that's what appears to happen, because they would reach out to, like the company who actually owns the building, who actually owns majority of the buildings. They reached out to them and they would drop some nuggets that just blows this Mayweather con just out there, right? It completely exposes it. For anybody with a brain, you can read this and know what's going on. Mayweather will want us to believe he's big dog who don't need partners, but read what these people said, right? So the people who own the buildings, actually, they said, Floyd Mayweather continues to be a reliable partner and a great ambassador for affordable housing. Bruh, this man is an ambassador for these folks, bruh. He took an upfront check, probably like, I don't know, like a share of the company, a very minute share to promote the company. So then the spokesman for Black Spruce Management said the real estate company,
environment where every personal detail can become fodder for public consumption, the story of Floyd Mayweather resonates as a contemporary parable about the impermanence of power, and the inevitable exposure of human vulnerability. As night follows day and new details continue to emerge, the anticipation surrounding the investigation reaches fever pitch. Every discovery in the digital files, every statement from an insider, and every additional piece of corroborating evidence is met with both skepticism and hopeful curiosity. This sense of anticipation is fueled by the belief that the coming days will bring clarity and, perhaps, a turning point in the narrative. The public, eager to see the full revelation of the truth, remains tuned in to every development. At the same time, legal analysts stress the importance of restraint and a commitment to due process. The case, they remind us, is still in its early stages, and premature conclusions could do more harm than good. This delicate balance between investigative urgency and the need for thorough, unbiased examination is emblematic of modern justice, where every revelation is scrutinized, debated, and verified before it can alter the course of history. The interplay between emotion and evidence takes center stage as personal reflections intertwine with hard data, creating a narrative that is as heartbreaking as it is inspiring. The documentation of unfiltered emotional outpourings, captured in private voice notes and rare interviews, has added a poignant, human dimension to an otherwise overwhelmingly technical investigation. These recordings reveal a side of Mayweather that few have seen before, a man burdened by the ghosts of past glories, yet still imbued with an unyielding resilience that refuses to be extinguished. Such intimate expressions of vulnerability have struck a chord with audiences worldwide, serving to humanize a figure who once seemed larger than life. The genuine tone of his admissions and the raw honesty in his voice have helped to shift the public conversation from mere scandal to one of empathy and understanding, reminding us that even
So hence the property isn't yours. So hence you announcing that you bought 62 units for $400 million is a lie. Mayweather and his team would chalk up him, quote unquote, lying to miscommunication when he meant that he purchased 62 units for $400 million with all his money. He just meant, hey, bro, I didn't have no partners in my, minority stake. Bro, you told us you bought the buildings and you own it. This is cap. And you ain't spent $400 million for it. This is cap. You are an ambassador for the company and you got a small share. And in exchange, bro, if you come up with $400 million, you can buy it from us, bro. Mayweather arch nemesis Curtis 50 Cent Jackson would take to his Instagram to clown Mayweather for being caught up in this lie. 50 Cent would take to his Instagram and he would say, damn, champ, they caught you capping. Ha ha ha. Time for another exhibition. So Mayweather does do like exhibitions in like China for like $5 million. So
and legends are not immune to the trials of life. In tandem with these emotional revelations, the legal and financial ramifications of the case are steadily taking shape. As more evidence is uncovered, experts in finance and law are beginning to draw connections between a series of seemingly disparate events, a digital trail that links unexpected courtroom violence with long-standing issues of fiscal mismanagement. The multi-layered nature of the allegations has sparked comprehensive reviews by financial analysts who once marveled at the seamless image of wealth and success meticulously projected by Mayweather. Now, that very image is being re-examined through the lens of modern financial accountability. The possibility that a vast empire, built over decades and celebrated globally, could contain fissures so profound has sent shockwaves throughout investment circles and high society alike. In this context, the case transcends individual missteps, representing instead a systemic challenge to the conventions of celebrity finance in an era defined by digital transparency and rapid information exchange. The reverberations of this controversy extend well beyond the immediate sphere of sports and entertainment, touching on aspects of governance, privacy, and cultural identity. Academics and policymakers have begun using the case as a reference point for discussing the ethical considerations of digital data retention and privacy, particularly in a world where every smartphone and digital communication could harbor secrets with monumental consequences. The notion that anyone, regardless of fame or fortune, might have hidden chapters in their personal archives has catalyzed important debates about the balance between individual rights and the collective demand for transparency in public life. Discussions in legislative halls are now considering whether new regulations should be established to better protect personal data while still allowing for robust investigations when high-stakes allegations arise. This evolving dialogue is likely to have long-lasting impacts, influencing everything from cybersecurity protocols to public policy on digital evidence.
More about you than me. They'd rather question the legitimacy of your power moves than applaud your growth. Racism, envy, entire stereotypes fuel the doubt, but I didn't fall to status quo. I studied. First off, Mayweather ain't write this, homie. Bro, we see Mayweather read. He ain't write this. I invested and I'm building a legacy. Whether they like it or not, respect the hustle instead of trying to dissect it. So he would tag the real deal, and he would say that this article here proves that he actually bought the property. But in fact, the article did the opposite. He didn't read it, right? Which is predictable. They confirmed that Mayweather never bought the properties. They would say the same thing. Yeah, Mayweather bought a very small percentage, and there's an option in his contract that, yeah, if you want to, come up with $400 million at some point and give us $400 million for this property, of course you can buy it, bro. But you don't got the $400 million to buy.
Even as legal experts, digital forensics teams, and cybersecurity professionals labor to piece together this sprawling puzzle, the human element remains at the forefront of public interest. Numerous accounts have emerged from those closest to Mayweather, painting a picture of a man whose private battles have been as monumental as his public triumphs. Colleagues, longtime friends, and even a few close confidants have spoken about the immense pressure that comes with being in the limelight, a pressure that few outsiders can truly comprehend. Their stories offer a rare glimpse into the inner workings of a life spent performing at the highest levels of achievement, only to be confronted with the stark realities of personal fallibility and the sometimes crushing weight of expectations. These testimonies have infused the narrative with a blend of admiration and sympathy, underscoring that behind every headline is a human being capable of both greatness and profound vulnerability. As the investigation presses forward, the convergence of digital intrigue, legal inquiry, and personal redemption promises to redefine our understanding of celebrity in the modern age. The complexity of the case, with its blend of encrypted secrets, high-stakes courtroom drama, and candid personal revelations, reflects an era in which the digital and the real converge in unexpected and often unpredictable ways. Observers from every corner of society are now engaged in a dialogue about how the events unfolding before them might alter the landscape of public accountability. In the midst of all the technical jargon and legal maneuvers, the story of Floyd Mayweather stands as a compelling reminder of the timeless conflict between legacy and vulnerability, a conflict that, despite all its turmoil, may ultimately pave the way for a transformative personal renaissance. Before you go, if you want to stay updated on this unfolding saga and many other explosive stories from the world of sports and entertainment, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for the latest real-time updates and in-depth analysis. Don't miss out on future revelations and captivating content that keeps you at the forefront of breaking news.